Hello, my loves. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new here. I'm Gabrielle Dejoie. On this Abundant Beautiful YouTube channel, we talk about all things spirituality, holistic wellness, mental health, and new motherhood. Today, we're getting into a pick a card reading. I'm going to share with you what you need to know for this upcoming Mercury retrograde. This is a timeless reading, so although I'm going to give you a few facts about the current Mercury retrograde, you can use this pick a card reading for any future Mercury retrograde. If you stumble upon this reading and a Mercury retrograde is coming up, this is for you. This is your message. I do have my mini boss right here in my lap, so if you see a little baby hand pop up out the sky, well, out my lap, just know what I'm working with. The day that I'm filming this, it's May 24th, 2021. Our upcoming Mercury retrograde begins on May 29th, and it goes until June 22nd. We are currently already in the shadow period of Mercury retrograde. So retrograde ends June 22nd, but we'll be in that shadow of the retrograde until July 7th. So just keep this in mind. If you're more prone to and sensitive to energy, you might notice little things going wonky, whether that's with communication or electronics during that shadow period. That's when things kind of start to go. Real quick, I just want to get into some disclaimers before we get started. So firstly, tarot is not the end-all be-all, and it is not ruling or dictating your life. Tarot gives you guidance from benevolent spirits. I call on my angels, honorable ancestors, and my guides from the highest lights of the universe to give me guidance for the collective. Tarot only gives you guidance and insight to things that you probably already know, and just kind of reinforces those messages that you kind of need to hear, you kind of already knew, and that are helping you to move forward in a positive way for you. If a message does not resonate, leave it. It is not for you, and that is not your message. It is for one of the other lovelies that is listening to this tarot pick a card reading. And lastly, tarot cards only read the current energy. They read the current energy and trajectory that you are on. And so you always have self-determination. You are the co-creator of your own life. So if you hear something today that you don't like how it pans out, you don't like what you're receiving, then you know what? You can always make actions and do shadow work to shift that energy and move in another way. So now we're going to go ahead and get into what is this Mercury retrograde teaching me. Here are the three piles from which to pick from. I have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Pile 1 has an Aragonite crystal. Pile 2 has a Sunstone crystal. And pile 3 is the Carnelian crystal. Ask yourself questions like, what is the lesson I'm to learn during this Mercury retrograde period? What will be brought to my awareness? What is supporting me during this period? What might I have difficulty with? And what are general messages for me during this period? Ask yourself some or all of these questions. Take 3 deep breaths and choose your pile with intuition. I like to close my eyes. Generally, I might see a number pop up in my mind's eye. You might also hear which pile is for you audibly, or you might hear which crystal. If you've made your selection, you can check in the description box to find the timestamp for your pile, and I will see you over there. If you picked pile 1 with the Aragonite crystal, this is your reading. My pile 1s. What is the lesson that you are to learn this retrograde? I have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, 2 of Pentacles. Surrender to the beauty of the natural world, taking a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and the ecstasy there. And the Moon, take note of intuitive messages. I feel like you'll be learning to trust yourself. You'll be learning to trust yourself. There's a lesson in trusting the natural rhythm of the universe, in knowing that your time is coming, in knowing that you can make decisions that support your highest and greatest good. You don't always have to go to somebody else to, my daughter is rocking this world. You don't have to always go to somebody else to understand what to do next. Listen to the intuitive messages that you receive during this retrograde. You are really being called to go into nature, to really listen to what Mother Nature, what the universe, what your spirit guides want you to know. Trust yourself. When you hear something, I'm feeling from the Pentacles here that when you receive a message, trust yourself, know that it is true, that it is divinely inspired or guided. Trust your intuition, whether that's about another person or a situation that you should or should not be messing with or getting into. Not all that glitters is gold. I'm seeing that there might be an opportunity, maybe one that falls through. And there's a call to believe that it's for your highest and greatest good if it does not come to fruition. That whatever is not coming through is actually protection for you. And it also seems like it's like a test from the universe to see how you handle disappointment, how you handle when you don't think things are going your way, how you handle being flexible and moving with the things that happen to you, for you, all that good stuff. What do you need to know this cycle that will be brought to your awareness? Okay, there's a lot of passion, and I see this as you taking a step into your passion during this cycle. Make sure that you are exercising your passion, that you are breathing deep into that sacral chakra. There's a lot going on with your connectedness to the earth, to Mother Nature, as well as your sacral chakra. So we have the King of Wands, the Six of Wands, flexibility, and nurturing. And so even the nurturing card, this is actually the earth chakra, the chakra that's kind of under our root chakra. It's based in the earth, and it really connects us down and pulls us grounding into Mother Earth. And so this is asking you to nourish yourself. You're needing deep nourishment, and whether that is from the foods that you eat, the people that you hang around, the shows and movies that you watch, the music you listen to, make sure that it's nurturing you and nourishing your soul instead of putting you in a negative headspace. Flexibility. Flexibility is also needed at this time. Can you be flexible? Can you go with the flow? Can you take a hit and roll with it, knowing that this is for your highest and greatest good? I'm seeing this flexibility happening a lot in your mind. You're being able to shift the focus when, negative beliefs or negative emotions crop up. Can you flow with them? Can you feel the emotions and not get swept away with them? Can you stay in a manifesting mindset by being able to release whatever comes up that seems like it's not for you, seems like it's not in your highest and greatest good, because it all is in your highest and greatest good. And there's also this element that it seems like you'll be celebrated during this retrograde. You'll be looked at as like the King of Wands, or maybe a King of Wands will come and congratulate you on something. And by this, I mean King of Wands could be a fire sign, or in general, somebody that is more masculine in their presentation. And I don't mean that it can't be a woman or non-binary person. It's just that they are more in their like firepower, more in their do versus the feminine, divine feminine is more of receiving. And so this is either somebody coming to congratulate you, maybe this is an older fire sign, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, that's just like really proud of you during this period. And they're bringing out this feeling of pride in you. You feel like I've conquered, I've come so far, I'm doing well. Okay. So I do see that this period will bring some blessings for you. This period is going to bring blessings for you, even if you feel like there's something that might have been lost. You will feel victorious in some sense or way. What is aiding you this Mercury retrograde? What are your strengths this retrograde? And what are some blessings coming your way? Okay, we have the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands. So there's definitely seems to be some like offering of sorts. There's an offering. It's like a mature, positive offering that's coming to you. An emotional kind of word or something that touches your emotions, makes you feel good, makes you feel seen, makes you feel valid, makes you feel like all this work is paying off, I'm on the right track. As well as like this passionate energy. This could be like a suitor of yours. Maybe if you're in a relationship, it's actually like your partner that's coming and just like more kind of in their fire, in their passion, and they see you with passion and they're making you feel good, and you know what I mean. So you also have the Hawk, and the Hawk is air. Hawk flies high, it sees everything. It is the messenger of divinity. It's the watchful eye. It's essentially looking at the bigger picture here. And so it's also, it seems like there's a blessing that it lets you, this retrograde is going to let you see the bigger picture. See, like if you do have maybe downfalls, it's going to help you see the positive and how you're still moving forward. It's going to help you see like the positives instead of staying bogged down by the negatives. Even the smallest thing could be a blessing, could be very big for you. So I'm really seeing that guide to take note of intuitive messages. Okay, like once again, what is this whole retrograde like teaching you? What is the lesson to learn here is that you are a very intuitive being. And so if you get a nudge, if you get a hint of something, listen to that, follow up on it, maybe meditate and see what else it's bringing you, because there is an ability for you to see the unseen during this time. What are some of your other blessings coming around for you right now? Decisions, okay? Let's see. With this Two of Pentacles, okay, the lessons. You have a really great ability at this time to make decisions. You are really inspired in your decision making right now. You really have this gift of making positive shifts for yourself currently. And so really trust and believe that is, that you're making decisions in your highest and best interest. You don't always have to go to, this sage or that hierophant to listen to what you need to know. It's all within. You need to listen to your heart. You need to listen to your intuition when making decisions, because you really are able to see what is in your highest and best interest. Also, friendships and feelings currently. These are either going to be blessings or they are going to be your strength. So those tight, loving friendships that you know that you can count on, that you have no doubts. Your spirit has no doubts about them. They are good for you. They are healing for you. Connect with those people. Maybe it means that you will be connecting with those people, maybe making a trip or seeing them soon. You're going to be able to tap into those people that fill up your cup, okay? The people that it is a very balanced and loving exchange. It is not always like you leave feeling depleted. You leave feeling energized and happy and positive. Okay, and I also missed this. You also have the Six of Cups. And so there's really there's this element of really taking care of your inner child here. This element of loving on yourself and really giving yourself the freedom just to explore your passions and what makes you happy, what makes you whole, what makes you rejuvenated. Okay, explore those. That's going to be the biggest blessing. So take your salt baths, light your incense, meditate during this time, sing. If you enjoy singing, sing. sing, listen to music that makes you happy and giddy and reminds you of great times. Try to stay away from music that brings up any complicated emotions or might lower your vibration. Really stick with the music that just gets you happy and in that beautiful, loving space. Yeah, your feelings, right? Like something that connects to your feelings and makes you feel good and positive, and staying in that manifesting abundance vibration. Okay, so those are going to be some of the things that you are either blessed at, or you're just ruling that shit. Like you are really doing that during this time. And so those are some of your strengths right now, as well as some blessings that may be received. Maybe you'll get a visit from, a loved one or a friend. That could actually be from the spiritual realm. It could be in dreams that you get visited by a loved one that has passed, but also people here on this plane, you might be seeing them or reuniting with them after a very, very long time. And that will just make your heart full. What will you have difficulty with this retrograde? Okay, that's funny that I mentioned the Hierophant earlier. I can't quite remember what context the Hierophant came out with, but Hierophant, you'll have difficulty with either the mainstream rules, the way things have always been done. Okay, and that's very Gemini too. I know that this is a timeless reading, but Gemini specifically goes with the flow. It looks at the duality of things. It goes with what feels good. It's very tries new things. Okay, it doesn't just stick with the status quo. And the Hierophant is very much about the status quo. And then we have Truth, Ace of Swords. There might be something that you are keyed in on, that you are clued in on during this time period. It might be that a truth comes out, and you might have a difficulty accepting that truth. It might be somebody that you thought was on your team and might have had some intuitive nudges and doubts about, and you find out, yeah, that person isn't really great for me. That's kind of what I'm seeing. But in this Hierophant, I really am seeing to listen to your own self, listen to the wisdom within. Do not go outwards to seek help and aid just so readily. Yes, you can consult with your friends or what have you, but when it comes to significant matters that have to do with your health, your well-being, your career, just you, right? Just nobody else is affected but you. It's really calling you to go within and check and see, what is it that I need for me right now? Let's not go outwards to get that answer, because other people, they'll have answers for you, but it's from their perspective, and their perspective is very limited when it comes to all things revolving around you. Okay, you know yourself best. You need to check in with you here. And so I'm seeing there just being difficulty not immediately, maybe this is an old habit or a limiting belief that I don't know what's best, so I have to ask somebody else. Okay, even start out with a little task, decide on your own what you want for dinner. You go out with a friend and you say, oh, what do you want to eat? And they're like, I don't know, what do you want to eat? And then you go back and forth, check in with yourself. What do you actually want? What do you have a taste for? What feels good for your body? Do you need healthy food? Do you need warming food? Do you need comfort food? What do you need? Okay, don't just pivot the question back to somebody else. Really check in with yourself here. Okay, there's this element. This is spring. See your seeds grow. And it's almost like you're gonna have issue or trouble with seeing. While you're being blessed to see the bigger picture, you're gonna struggle with truly believing that, okay? And that's what that truth comes in. It's even if you see positive things happening, you might still doubt yourself. You might be well, no, that blessing's not for me. And it's really calling you to revisit your limiting beliefs and what you believe about yourself, what you believe about what you deserve, what you believe about, okay, in the past, the other shoe was always dropped, and so this is going to happen. No, that's not the case here. We're in a new paradigm right now. You're in a new cycle, and things like, yes, things can be this blessed. Yes, things can look this good. And so really believe it when it comes up to you. It's going to be a little bit of a struggle, but it's an asking you to do this. It's really interesting. These cards are such a juxtaposition from the strengths, okay? Because you will be supported in seeing where your own intuition is holding you up. You'll be supported in making decisions for yourself, in having friendships, but it's also asking you, okay, but don't go to your friends for everything. And, you know, yes, you see the whole picture, but like, please see that like this is positive. This is an abundant time period for you. You have the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups here, it struggles with balancing your emotions here, okay? With being able to stay kind of even kilter. It's almost like there's going to be one or another, okay? And I see that with the Two of Pentacles, where it's almost like you're either really, really high up and you really believe everything is going your way, and then something happens and you're like way down here and you are just like, oh, like I can't. I can't deal, and this is just gonna happen again. I'm going into another depressive episode, and so there's really this asking you to balance this Mercury retrograde, balancing your emotions and figuring out how you can ground and stay rooted and keep on kind of believe the best in your scenario, okay? There's a call to do that. And then innocence. I feel like with innocence, there's this difficulty in not seeing like the super negative parts of yourself, in not believing like you might end up believing like you're very selfish at times for, you know, doing what lights you up, doing what you're passionate about. You know, your passions and your success is going to be brought to the front this retrograde. And you might be feeling good about yourself. And at the same time, if you're somebody that always gives and says yes when you actually want to say no, and, you know, every yes takes away from you and your personal time to get your own stuff done or do good for yourself, it's almost like you're going to feel guilty for actually standing up for yourself, actually setting healthy, firm boundaries. You're going to feel guilty for that. But you don't have to. Like there's a balancing taking place. You are rebalancing this piece of you that says you have to give everything away. You do not. You are definitely allowed to keep some for you to fill up your cup before you end up pouring the excess for others, okay? And so this is going to be a test for you. It's going to be difficult for you because you're just so used to giving more than you actually need to give away. So the book here says, focus on innocence as you navigate through the current situation. The purity of your innocent heart will guide and protect you through challenging times. If your heart is in the right place, you'll be good. So make sure that you come back to that guiding question, like, is my heart in the right place when I am making this choice? When I'm saying no, is it because I literally don't have the energy, I don't have the heart, I don't have the peace of mind to be able to handle X, Y, and Z? If that's the case, you're doing everybody around you a favor because you're not going to give them, you know, a half-assed part of yourself. Ask yourself the guiding question, is my heart in the right place? Is my intention pure when I'm doing this? If the answer is yes, then, you know, take that break, take that nap, say no to this task at work, say no to that friend who wants to go out even though you're dead tired. Like, people that are in your highest and best interest will understand. What are some of the precautions that you can take for this Mercury retrograde? Okay, when traveling, be careful. Be aware of your surroundings. Be careful of multitasking. Okay, girl. Be careful of multitasking, especially if you are on the road behind a wheel. Just be careful when traveling of any kind, okay? That's what the Chariot's telling me. When you are celebrating with friends, be careful of overindulging, okay? Overindulging or partying too hard or too long when you're with friends. If you have like an appointment the very next day and you are out drinking the night before, like, you know, Mercury retrograde already gives us the energy of, you know, lateness or, you know, things taking a longer time than we expected. And so make sure that you are aware when you go out the night before you have something to do the next day. Make sure that you are, you know, taking the proper precautions. Setting an alarm on your phone, like maybe 3 alarms on your phone for the next morning if you have to get up and go somewhere. So yeah, if you are traveling, if you are driving anywhere, if you are partying or going out or being around a lot of people, just take the proper precautions you need to be safe, okay? And then the hyena, it also gives me this element of like things after dark. Be aware of your addictions. Maybe stay sober for a portion of this retrograde. Be aware of how much you're taking in. Make sure that you're not making too many jokes at your own expense. The hyena can like laugh off things that are serious, right? In an effort to kind of like push away the emotions that it doesn't want to feel. And I'm seeing like that, like the precautions that you need to take to make this retrograde as smooth as possible is to not do that. Is to really be aware of what you need to feel. If you are like out partying and you have this like really downer thought, okay, like maybe you don't have to feel it right then, but like make a mental note about it. Go back to it later and process that, because whatever comes up during this time, once again, it's going to be an intuitive message, number one. And number two, it needs to be processed. It needs to be healed. There's something here that you didn't do the first time around, and that's why it's coming up during Mercury retrograde, because you need to deal with it, you need to process it so that you can continue moving forward without this like something pulling you back. And final messages, these are supportive messages from Spirit. And I'm really seeing there's a need to plan or to plan or create something here. And also know that this really difficult period that you might have been going through recently, it's coming to an end. And it's almost like this is the final straw, okay? Like the 10 of Swords reversed, I see this as like the swords falling out of her back, okay? And maybe this is because like in this specific deck, she's on her phone. It might be that you get some news and it actually feels like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders. And that might be, you know, you might have been excited for something to come through, and it might be something that you were nervous about and it doesn't come through, and that's why the weight's been lifted off, or it might be a blessing that comes through. But either way, it signals that, you know, the tough time is coming to a close. The cycle is coming to a close. And so there is a blessing that Mercury is blessing you this time around. I do see that. There is a cycle, an ancestral pattern that you are even closing out during this time period, that you are finally like, you're passing the test. You've broken the chains on that traumatic history. You are freeing, you know, yourself and your ancestors by whatever it is you're doing at this point. And so, you know, we get a lot from our elders and our ancestors in the way of healing and blessings, and also in the way of trauma and hardships, right? Mindsets that no longer serve us, you know, genetic expression and habits that do not serve us and lead to illness or fatigue, or disease, right? Disease. And so this is saying like move beyond ancestral patterns, and your ancestors are really like rooting for you to win here. They're really like thanking you for the work that you're doing here. And they're also saying, we're sorry for the negative that we gave you. We're sorry for the hardship that we gave you. You know, we did our best, and yet we know that that instilled some negative aspects in your life path. So there's a lot of support here coming from your ancestors, your honorable ancestors, to break free of something, to break a cycle. And that could be the cycle of giving too much of yourself. You also have the Eagle, which is see from a higher perspective. And I'll just say that this is a different deck than the Hawk came out of. But really, once again, this is just reinforcing that idea that, like, see the bigger picture. Yes, like this one instance might have felt like another blow, but in the grand scheme of things, you were being saved from something that you know nothing about. You are being protected in a significant way. And so really just keep in mind that, you know, what's happening to you, it's happening for you. It's happening for you to upgrade, to level up, to be the difference in your family, in your ancestry, you know, bring blessings for like the foreseeable future. So yeah, you're really supported by Spirit. They're telling you, like, keep your eye kind of on the prize, keep your eyes looking at the whole big picture, because that says so much more than this one little incident that gets you riled up, okay? Make sure that you practice embodying the Queen of Cups, which says, yes, like, this might rock my boat, but I'm gonna stay sturdy, okay? I have this stance that digs me deep into the ground and keeps me connected and keeps me focused on the positive that I want to see, instead of kind of crumbling when this negative little like mosquito comes up, okay? Surrender your fear of intimacy. You are ready to let love in. Compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. Okay, and so this might be in response to that lover, okay? It might be in response to trusting yourself and others to not disappoint you. That's come through. And surrender worry. Make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body. Focus on the power of your heart, right? The innocence. And have faith that Spirit is always guiding you. You are divinely guided. You are loved. And you're gonna be okay. You're gonna come out of this victorious. And so any positive feedback or any praise or what have you that you receive, really try to like pocket that and save that for a rainy day, because you will have something come up and test you this season. You will. I do see that. And the key to flowing through this is literally flexibility, okay? Like embody water, which is able to change shape depending on what it's poured into. Embody water. Know that you're still strong. Just because you're being flexible and able to, like, you know, flow, it doesn't mean that there's any lack of strength there. In fact, it is very strong of you to flow and be flexible depending on a situation. And also nurture yourself. Make sure you are giving back to yourself. Make sure you are not ignoring yourself, because that is the quickest way to disease, is to ignore your own well-being and your good and your health for the benefit of others. Blessings are rolling in. So trust that. Trust Spirit. If you have worries, breathe them out of your body. Ask Spirit to support you in holding your worries and holding your anxiety so that you don't have to hold it all in your body. Trust that you're being led to higher and greater in this time. That's all I have for pile ones. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you enjoyed this reading, if this resonated with you, and if it gives you any support during this retrograde, I ask that you give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more pick-a-cards, more spirituality content, and how to manifest your best life. And share with a friend who could use this support and guidance for their Mercury retrograde. I'm gonna move on to pile number 2. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose the Sunstone, this is your reading. Okay, so you have the 9 of Swords, the 10 of Cups, discernment, the future, and surrender to the magic of who you are. We all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that come from just being you. Okay, in here, I see that somebody is very anxious about the future, anxious about what's to come. There's maybe a lot of like upheaval or things shifting right now for you. Hello, eclipse season. But there's something like big that seems to be popping off and really shifting the trajectory of your future. You don't know what it's gonna look like. You're not quite sure what to expect. And Spirit's asking you to trust, right? And that is very difficult for you to do. But that is what you were gonna be learning how to do this retrograde. You're really gonna be thrown into surrendering to trust and surrendering to Spirit. And just, you know, you're still the creator. You are the creator of your universe, right? And so it's asking, like, I see these two cards and I see like, yeah, you're going to be worrying, but it's like all for nothing, because literally it's going to turn out where you are emotionally fulfilled and just like happy family, happy life, like happy home, you know, and you're sitting here worrying about it all, like you're freaking out, and it's almost like you're worrying for nothing. I'm gonna be clear with that. You're worrying for no reason. So you're literally just bringing anxiety and stress into your life for nothing. You know, yes, you are the creator of your life, but you can only control what you can control. So if you're worrying about things that you can't control, then, I mean, you know, yeah. They're like look at the serenity prayer. I feel like that is going to be very helpful for you guys. Look and review the serenity prayer. It's one of my favorite prayers. It basically goes like, give me the strength to, you know, surrender to the things that I cannot change, to have the courage to change the things I can, and have the wisdom to know the difference. And that's what I'm really seeing here. You need discernment. You're going to learn discernment this Mercury retrograde period as to what can I control? What do I have like absolute control over, and what do I not? When do I need to just let go and let God, let go, let Spirit, let go to my higher power, whatever it is you believe in? You need to give them the trust. You need to give them your anxiety, ask them to bring you peace of mind, and just use discernment when it comes to what you're allowing to take up mental space in your mind. That is going to be your lesson here, guys. I could end the reading right there, because it's really just like, that is what it is. Surrender to the magic of who you are. You're a magical being. You are unique. You are beautiful in your own right. So there is an asking of you to just believe that, trust that. If you are a good-hearted person, you know that, and you're going to be blessed like for it. That's just what it is. So yeah, as you look into the future, like, remember that you are also co-creating the future, okay? You do have power. Do not give your power away. Do not act as if you are powerless here. What do you need to know about this cycle, and what will be brought into your awareness? Are you a procrastinator? I vibe a lot with y'all because I am a procrastinator. Spirit's asking you to surrender procrastination. Now is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. Now, here's the thing. If you are all like 9 of Swords with it, right? This is where your discernment is going to come in, because if you are procrastinating, well, I can also understand where that anxiety is coming from, because the more you procrastinate, the more anxiety is just going to build and build and build. And procrastination is not about being lazy, but it is about kind of a negative mindset there. It's a limiting belief that is placed there. Maybe there's this underlying fear that you're not even quite aware of, that if you do and put out and go for it, you're gonna fail. You're not gonna get the job. You're not going to have success in this business. You're not going to be able to do X, Y, and Z, right? And so I put it off, hoping that I can put off the worry and like the final answer. But in reality, we're just creating this anxiety because, you know, if you're a procrastinator, you generally know it's not that you stop worrying about the act. You're limiting yourself by procrastinating. So especially if you have anxiety, just try to like do things little by little, get things done. What's going to be brought up here is how much your anxiety, like how much your procrastination actually contributes to your anxiety, actually contributes to the things that you don't think like you're either worthy of, or the things that you haven't gotten in life. You're going to see maybe how like that connection between you procrastinating and you not getting what you want. What else do you need to know about this cycle? You will be forgiving somebody, and I would highly expect it be that you are forgiving yourself in this. You might be forgiving other people as well. It might be that you have finally reached the stage, the place, the cycle, the amount of time necessary for you to process. You've been holding it in your body way too long or long enough, and you are finally letting it go. That can also be the surrender to procrastination piece, that you haven't been willing to really address this like demon in your closet. And so, you know, it's been causing you stress and dis-ease this whole time, and really it's been a long time to let it go. So you're forgiving yourself, others. Forgiveness is not for other people. Forgiveness is for yourself, so that you don't have to keep holding on to that anger and resentment and pride or whatever it is that have been keeping you stagnant, okay? We're letting go of the baggage of the things that we don't like need any longer, so that we can run forward. You cannot run if you have 5 suitcases that you're carrying, right? You need to lighten your load. So yeah, that's what's going to be brought up to your awareness right now. This is a time period of your rebirth, okay? And also with these cards, this is my chakra deck with these colorful cards right here, and inspiration. So it's really asking you, once again, surrender to the magic of who you are. You have a lot of great ideas. You have a lot of creativity and artistic, either ideas, like projects, something that you are working on that you really need to just like move forward with. Check into your heart chakra. Look for meditations on your heart chakra, or listen to like 432 hertz music. That can also help to lighten the heart chakra, to open the heart chakra, balance the heart chakra, as well as your sacral chakra. Inspiration, it's all about that creativity space. It's about, shame and releasing and relinquishing shame. You really could benefit from some type of meditation around both the heart chakra and the sacral chakra. Shameless plug. We have chakra balancing baths in our shop at lavandglow.com. So if you want to get a spiritual bath to kind of cleanse, reset, and balance, aid you in balancing that chakra that you want to work on, check out lavandglow.com. Teamwork is going to be an element here for your leveling up, for your creative passions, for your elevation and activation. You're going to be working like in a team of some sort with this 3 of Pentacles. And so once again, that might be a teacher. You might be looking into a spiritual class. You might be looking into getting Reiki. You might be looking into supporting a small business and getting something to help, like getting spiritual tools to help cleanse you, or working with a spiritual practitioner to get the messages you need, to get the cleansing you need, to aid you in your healing. No one can heal you beside yourself, but you actively searching out for the knowledge and the tools and the resources, the people that can direct you into the right place and help help you facilitate your own healing, can be very beneficial at this time. And it might be something that you've started in the past, that you've done a little bit of here and there. You've dabbled in, okay, let me try to learn a little bit about the chakra system. Let me try to learn a little bit about what doshas are, but you haven't taken the dive. And so it's really like, it seems like there might be this element of learning and being like a student, essentially, in some capacity. And so Gemini is also a student, which is kind of funny. Gemini is a learner. They are a free spirit. They want to learn a a little bit about a lot of different topics. And so maybe it's not diving deep into anything, but there is something that you need to revisit or learn about to continue your ascension and continue, tapping into your own magic and maybe calming your anxiety as well. Maybe, maybe it's seeing a therapist or a doctor to get on medication, something like that. And then the Six of Swords, it also talks a little bit about anxiety. Like I see that element of anxiousness popping up so much here. Like it's like things are coming, like the beautiful, bountiful blessings, they're coming, but you're not seeing them. You are like clouded. Your judgment is clouding them. Your mindsets are clouding them. Your thoughts are just like, like they're just like, you see three hands. Your thoughts are just like running rampant, and they're not allowing you to see the beauty that is like literally almost right in front of you. It's almost like when anxiety is kind of like an elephant standing in front of you. Like if you are 1 inch away from that elephant, right, all you see is blurry gray. You can't discern what is the bigger picture. But if you take a lot of steps back, you see this magnificent animal that is, like elephants are about like protection and blessing, right? And so that kind of works for my metaphor here, but you see the big blessing in front of you when you take a couple steps back. But it's like you're too close to see the problem as a blessing. You see what I'm saying? You see it as a problem when actually it's like divine guidance, divine protection. Okay. So what is aiding you this retrograde? We have the elk energy and the owl, the Lovers, Knight of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. There's this fatherly energy that I definitely pick up. The elk is definitely like a parent energy or father. Like it's earth energy, but it's very like strong and comforting. It's almost like grandfather vibes. That's what I kind of think of it when I think of elk energy, is grandfather vibes. And then the King of Cups too, like that could insinuate a person. It could insinuate like a literal like older fatherly figure in your life. It could be an older brother, even with the Knight of Pentacles, an older brother, a sibling of sorts that may have more like masculine energy. It could also be you taking on the energy of the Knight of Pentacles and King of Cups, which is grounded, is loving, right? It's being able to see things kind of both logically. Like the King of Cups is good at like being able to see things both logically, but also like understand his own emotions. He's not inhibited by his emotions. He's not like, pulled under the water and drowning by his emotions. Like he is very in charge and like able to really contemplate both sides of things, contemplate, like listen to his intuition, but also see like things as they really are. Emotionally, the King of Cups is very stable. And so there's an element here of knowing how to pull out things that help you ground, okay? And once again, this could be this could be a masculine figure in your life that that you go to for advice, that you go to confide in, and that gives you very solid, loving advice, but also helps you like balance out. If you are somebody that's like way too logical, maybe they insert some emotion in there, some compassion in there. And if you're too emotional, right, maybe that they can kind of like help you level out, help you see things in a more grounded way. So that elk energy, though, that elk energy is the vibes of a good parent. Maybe even you as a parent, maybe this is helping you to ground yourself, helping to kind of like see the beauty in life, is to see like life through your child's eyes, is to, you know, care lovingly for your children and helping them be secure and stable, and creating a positive, you know, like platform for them to jump off, right? They have, because you did so much, you built this empire. Now they're not going to have to get it out of the mud. So the blessings coming through could be from that specific person, that generally like loving, grounded, like maybe they are a earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or maybe they're a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. This could also be you. You could also be a water sign or an earth sign. And this could also be you embodying kind of like the higher vibrations of your sign. And so if you are a Cancer, being very intuitively connected, being able to have empathy, but also setting strong boundaries, okay? If you're a Taurus, it could be, you know, you tapping into, once again, like the higher, the more elevated aspects of your sign, which is to be grounded, to, you know, see the value and taking care of your loved ones, and really finding like stability. So some of the strengths you might have right now, or the blessings you might be receiving, could be abundance, clairvoyant, or treasures. The owl is the companion of the goddess Lakshmi and represents wealth, beauty, and good fortune. When the owl card appears, it's an omen that a boon or treasure is on its way, either in spiritual or material form. And so this could be just that you're getting gifts, that maybe your clairvoyance is opening, maybe you're receiving stronger spiritual gifts, or like if you are already an intuitive person, it's just like your intuition is just on fire. With the owl wisdom on your side, you'll see and know exactly what to do with this boon, how it can further serve your dharma or your purpose, and bring abundance into the world. Trust that the wellspring of treasures is infinite. So I'm really seeing whatever your gifts are, whatever, like you're bringing such magic and blessings and abundance and healing into the world. Hone your ideas, really, you know, put your creations into material form. That's really going to it's one of the blessings that retrograde's bringing you right now, is your ability to see your like how much of a treasure you are, how much of a gift you have, and how much you can just bring this like light into the world. I feel like you're definitely a light bringer, a light worker. And one of like the owl, like one of the signs that the owl is out of balance is the belief in scarcity. And so if you're worried that whatever you're doing is not going to make you enough money, is not going to bring in the finance, is not going to support your family, there's this element of just needing to trust. And also to bring into balance, you can do an offering. So if you have an altar, you can put an offering on your altar. This can also be like going into nature and you know, practicing prayer. Some offering of sorts to spirit would definitely help you bring about this blessing during this time. But either way, it is on the way. And the elk is stable, it's resilient, it is headstrong. The elk in balance is supportive, it's kind, it's consistent, okay? And so especially with that surrender, procrastination, how can you be consistent in the craft that you've been bringing, in what you've been creating? How can you consistently create if you can't, you know, produce, say like what you need to do is produce something weekly and you can't quite get there, okay? How can you produce every other week, but make sure it's continuous, make sure it's consistent instead of being kind of sporadic. Make sure that you are able to consistently bring and put out that goodness into the world. Overall, I definitely see this asking you to make the choice to be that like upstanding, grounded, abundant, like, you know, individual that like this is the blessing that's coming in, that, you know, it is your choice, and it's these elements are just so available to you now. All of these things, you are like, you are the elk, you are the king of cups, you are the knight of pentacles, right? Like, you're creating something that is going to last, and you might be in the beginning stages of it, but there's a maturity here, there's a sturdiness here. There's definitely that spark here. Really trusting in yourself, trusting in the wisdom that's coming from you right now. That's your blessing right now. And there is something on the way, whether that is a financial or a spiritual gift or treasure. Something is on the way for you, and you might be getting word of that during Mercury retrograde. And Spirit might be also definitely showing you signs of that. So when you receive a sign, trust it, okay? It is there for a reason. No, those two doves sitting on that park bench together, no, that's not just by coincidence. That is a sign. So trust the signs that you're receiving. They are coming through very clearly from Spirit. What will you have difficulty with? I'm feeling like your energy, you're gonna have issues with. You're gonna have issues trusting that it is your time, that the boon is coming. Once again, you get the stag, so not quite the elk, but looks very similar to me, right? That those antlers, it's almost like you have the fortitude, you have the strength to fight off what is not for you. Trust that, like, trust and thrive is what the stag says. And so there is abundance on the way. Queen of Pentacles indicates that there is this element of like divine feminine power that you are receiving, that there is like material possessions, material treasures, material like stability on the way. But it's all, like, you're having trouble embracing that. Essentially, you're having trouble with the pause. There might be like, it might feel like you're in limbo. You might be waiting to hear back from a big decision that could change the trajectory of your life, of your future. You might be in the midst of a big move, or in the midst of, you know, changing jobs, or maybe there's like a new child coming in and you're waiting for them to be born, which, oh my God, that is like the worst type of waiting. But yeah, there's an element of you just being like over it. Like, I want it now, I want it here, I want it in front of me. And the thing is, it is in front of you, but once again, you're too close to see it. And the waiting part is gonna be a difficulty for you. You might also have struggle with keeping up your energy at this point in time. The cheetah is all about solar force, action, achievement, masculine energy. Well, the divine masculine, which is that dew energy, while that is one of your strengths at this time, you might not want to be embodying it like you could, or like, I don't want to say should, but you're not embodying it like you could right now. And so you might feel tired, you might feel drained. When you do get the energy though, you need to use it. You need to tap into it, utilize it, really put it into force and into power. Don't, if you get that like surge of, oh, I have that energy to do something right now, go for it. Do not let it slip away, because it will be kind of finite, and it will be fleeting. That's the word, fleeting. And so really, when you get that cheetah energy, utilize it. But that might be something that you have difficulty with during this retrograde period. The cheetah says that when it's in balance, it achieves anything, and it has boundless energy. And to bring into balance, you need to connect to your purpose. So what are you doing this for? Who are you doing this for? What is your reason to tap into? What is your reason for creating? Does it feel good? Does it feel like this is my purpose, to help others, or to be there for my family, to support my family? Like, you need your why to be very front and center and strong with struggling with that cheetah energy. And it might feel like, you might feel like you're maybe not getting recognized for what you have been putting out. It might feel like why am I doing this, right? I'm not making any traction here. But the thing is, you really do need to keep going and keep on putting that effort into it, because they're once again, that boon is on the way, that treasure is on the way. But if you halt right before you get to it, right? Like, you know, that picture of like that guy that's digging and he just like gives up, but really like there's like an inch of dirt left before he gets to the diamond mines, right? And you know, you need to keep going, keep like motivating yourself, find your why. That's gonna help you, motivate you, even through the hanged one period, even through like the ups and downs and the struggle. That's going to keep motivating you, even through the anxiety. Finding your why is going to keep you going forward, even when you're tired. You also have the Two of Swords reversed. The Two of Swords reversed indicates that there's a struggle with making a decision. Maybe that's making the decision to launch a project or something. There's some struggle that you're having with deciding to go forward, right? And so once again, we go back to that cheetah energy that you're having difficulty with. Really just, what is your why? Connect with that, and that will help you to have the energy to make new work, to move forward, to get things going, to tap into your masculine do energy. What precautions can you take for a smooth or smoother retrograde period? Ooh, girl. Okay, so yeah, you need to work out your truth. We have the Queen of Swords reversed, Ace of Swords, and the Truth card. So there's a need to set your boundaries, set them strong, set them right, set them so that they aid you in protecting the energy that you do have to give. If you need to say no, say no. If you need to say, I can't do this because I need to do X, Y, and Z, you need to make that move for yourself. There's an element, the truth. Truth will set you free here. What is it that you're not being truthful about? It's almost like this might be truth to yourself. You might have to really sit down and have a strong conversation with yourself about what you really want. What do you really want in life? How are you going to get there? What is the plan? There's a need to be really extremely truthful and honest with yourself, because whatever you're doing, it's almost like when you do have energy, oh, I'm going to go and hang out with my friends because I need to, I need to treat myself. And I'm not seeing that energy for you. I'm seeing a lot about career or passion and I'm seeing about you building something, okay? And that building something, it's not just about a fun time right now. It's like you really need to get to work. It's like you've been procrastinating on doing the necessary things that you need to put your big plans into fruition, and you just need to get down to work. You need to do what you need to do. You need to be honest with yourself, truthful with yourself. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you guys. You also have the Wise One and Father Sky. I see there being just so much, wow. I love these two showing up together. This indicates that to go smoothly, there might be something that you have to deal with around your father. This could be a father wound. It could be your physical living father. If your father has transitioned or passed on, then there's also kind of a connection that you have with them at this time, or some healing that can take place. It might be that you have to forgive. I think forgiveness came up for you earlier. It might be forgiving your father for whatever he's done or hasn't done in your life. It's all about taking responsibility, I see, for you guys. There is an element of needing to just, yes, these are the cards you've been dealt. It might not have been easy in the past, but you currently decide your future. So you need to step up. You need to take action. You need to make the plans, right? It's not about who has or has not given you whatever. It's really your, You're making it happen now. And also like not blaming others is also something. Grow within your current situation. You might not be where you want to be, but you are here for a reason. These circumstances, the set of circumstances in your life right now, it's a soul contract. Like you signed up for it before you got here, before you decided to reincarnate on this earth. Like there's elements happening now that say like, this is the situation you need to be in for some type of growth, okay? And I really do see this as, you deciding, I am the co-creator of my future. I do have power. Let me stop giving it away, okay? So it's not all about, let me go out with my friends because I need a good time. Like maybe this isn't the time for you to have a good time. Maybe this is your work now so you can, have an abundant future later kind of time period. And what are your final supporting messages from Spirit? What does Spirit want to share with you to support you? I feel like Spirit's giving you some tough love here, okay? You got the 7 of Cups. You have the 8 of Cups. You have Justice in reverse. Surrender to Spirit. Once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let Spirit work its magic for you. This is what I was talking about with that 9 of Swords, 10 of Cups energy and the serenity prayer, right? Surrender to Spirit. Literally, what can you do to better your situation? Do that. What do you not have control over? Give it to Spirit. Come to some sort of internal peace and let it go so that it can manifest, because you taking that action, you doing what you can, as much as you can, what you can is enough. Like Spirit is going to help you the rest of the way, but you can't just sit back and expect these blessings to fall out of thin air, right? Like if you set your intention for what you want to manifest, you got to put the work behind it and then let it out into the universe and let it go, okay? And let it stew. But it's not just about setting verbal intentions and then, oh, it's here. That's not how it works. And then release the old and rest. So there is an element of resting here. And I think that this is so that you can know when it is so that you can replenish that masculine do energy that you need to get things done. I'm not saying go, go, go. I'm not saying hustle or grind. I am not feeding into that kind of grind culture, but I am saying you can't just do nothing here, okay? You do need to work. You need to release certain, I feel like this is in relation to the Father Sky card, the father wound that you might have. There's a need to release this old story, this is the reason I'm this way, right? This is the reason I do X, Y, and Z. Okay, at one point, that might be what you were doing. At one point, that might have been what caused this behavior or what perpetuated this behavior. But for you to continue the behavior is all your choice. That is all you, okay? So we can no longer blame others. We can understand why we have this issue, why we have this pain, why we have this wound, but we can't continue blaming others and then acting out as if we're unhealed. We can't continue being unhealed and that be okay, right? You are on a higher trajectory, and it's not your fault. The trauma is not your fault, but it is your responsibility to heal it. And what I'm seeing here is you're leaving behind, right? Whatever has not served you, you need to leave it behind. The emotions, the feelings, the thoughts, the all of that stuff, you're leaving it behind. There's so many possibilities ahead of you. And I'm also seeing that it's not written in stone, right? Like Justice says, it's almost like there's still a decision to be made. Which also could be why you have the 2 of Swords reversed in terms of difficulty. There's a decision of which cup you're gonna pick. You have the power to pick any of these cups. So really it's deciding your why. Why am I doing this? What do I actually want? And what are the steps I need to get there? Where is it just up to chance? Well, at that point, if it is up to chance, and whatever is up to chance, like, I just have to give to spirit and trust that spirit has my best interest at heart. Yeah, that was a little tough messages, because my intention was that these were going to be supportive, loving messages from spirit, but I don't particularly get it being like, I feel like this is a very masculine energy coming through with these cards too. It's just like, get your shit together. You can do it. You have the power. You have the creativity. You have the intuition. Like, we're giving you so much that you got to take the reins and steer it to where you want to go next. Okay. Pile 2, that is what I have for you. Those are your messages for this Mercury retrograde. You are definitely going to be learning and trusting and believing in your own power this retrograde season. If you enjoyed this pick a card reading, if it resonated with you, if you got some tips or kind of insight, guidance or tools you can use for this retrograde, please like this video, subscribe to this channel for more future pick a card readings, for more spirituality content, for content about how to manifest your best life. We will be bringing all of that to you, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, love you guys. Bye. My pile 3s, those of you who chose the Carnelian crystal, this is your reading. What is the lesson my pile 3s are here to learn? I'm hearing take chances, make risks, get messy. Like, yeah, like Miss Frizzle just like channeled me right now. There's reward in taking risks is what I'm seeing here. In taking a leap of faith, there is stability, success, wealth, prosperity for you. Surrender worry. Make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body. And focus on the power of your heart. Have faith that spirit is always guiding you. And surrender unhealthy relationships. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and to be surrounded by positive people. I'm seeing somebody's ex coming back during retrograde, texting you, calling you, hitting you up on DMs. Something's going down. And that's going to be like a learning curve or like a curveball for you. It's going to be a test. So, you know, when you let go of what is not for you, you can actually access what is for you, and, you know, the bounty and the blessings that are, you know, for you, instead of those that might just be trying to like throw you off your path or what have you. So, yeah. What do you need to know this cycle? What will be brought to your awareness? The pleasure of patience. It's almost like being able to enjoy the process is going to be brought to your awareness. Also, the pure love and like blessings that spirit is giving to you kind of comes up here for me. We've gotten a lot of court cards in this these readings so far, which is interesting. So I'm not sure that it's necessarily a person who's coming in, but it might be an awareness of like somebody who is healthy, who is like has innocent and pure intentions, who really wants to love you. This could be a romantic partner. It could also be a friend. It could be, you know, a pure-hearted soul, family, friend, whatever, coming in with kind of like water sign. It could be a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but they could be male, or they likely might be male or have a lot of masculine energy. It might be somebody asking you out on a date. It might be that you are made aware of somebody's romantic intentions towards you. Somebody wants to start a relationship with you. Somebody is very serious about this. And with the Pentacles here, if this is about a love relationship, I do see this being something that could be, you know, for the longer haul, like a longer term kind of relationship. And so, yeah, this really indicates love. You have a lot of like love cards. You literally have love. Something that's being brought into your awareness, angels and masters and Mother Earth. And so, one, I see this as Mother Earth is really supporting you and guiding you. Wants you to prosper, wants you to be in a loving, healthy relationship, right? There's this element of once you let go of like the F-boys, then like the true bounty will come in, like this person that is really for you and wants to give you the world is really going to appear, or they will stop playing around because they understand that your energy is one of, I'm going to stop playing around. I'm going to stop, you know, I'm going to stop settling for less. And once you seemingly put that out there, it's almost like they'll reciprocate that energy. The other piece of this is that once you take a leap, once you like jump out of your comfort zone, once you go ahead and say, okay, I'll give it a try, it might be exactly what you've been wishing and praying for. I see this, that there's work to do. The awareness is going to come in, like what is on your heart? What is the grief that you've been struggling with? What is the hurt that you've been maneuvering under? What is the hurt belief or the limiting belief that you've been kind of working under and dealing in romantic relationships under? Do you think that you have to give it all up or give up a piece of yourself for love? Do you feel like you have to give all or nothing, that you have to stay even if it's like for better or for worse, right? Like what does that worse really look like? Because some of these worst case scenarios were not included or not actually the case of staying for better or for worse. That's a message for somebody. It might be a very specific message for somebody out there. There's also this solar plexus energy that's coming up. It's almost like needing to connect with your empowered self. What will you and won't you tolerate? What do you really want in a romantic partnership? And manifesting that instead of manifesting from a place of pain and hurt and grief, okay? So, yeah, I think it seems like the journey itself will be, it's becoming aware to you that like the journey itself could be very fun, that the end point isn't necessarily the end all be all, right? Like I'm seeing this element of like, you know, marriage might be your goal, but can you not have fun during the dating part? Can you not have fun getting to know that person and going on trips and learning to trust one another, right? I'm hearing, okay, like childbirth, right? It's like this big lead up to this moment of having your child, but then you get to enjoy like seeing them grow, seeing them mature, like what kind of person they'll be, what their voice will sound like. It's this journey, right? And we're always looking to the end point and missing out on like the blooming, right? And so especially with this card, it's almost like if you're a plant mom, then you know the joy that you might receive when you see a new leaf on your plant, right? You see that it is blossoming, it is growing, and it doesn't have to be that it is big and huge and taking up the whole room yet. You can actually find joy in there's a new leaf, like that is beautiful, okay? There is growth here. And so really there's this call to admire your growth as it is currently. And yes, that's going to lead you into a better place, but admire where you are now. Find the joy in now. What's aiding you this retrograde period? rest. Girl, rest. Or boy, whoever's watching. Rest. You need rest. You need meditation. You need to take your deep breaths. Calm your energy. Maybe coconut water if you feel like headachy or like a hot head, right? If you feel anger or aggression, calm yourself, cool down. I'm seeing baths. I'm seeing water energy. Really just like the star, right? She's pouring water. There's also this element of air with the star, as it's like related to Aquarius. It's also like, how can you just like flow with the wind? Like there's just this like airy, I need to let loose, I need to flow. There's this element here that you really need rest, rejuvenation, cleansing. Yep, dreams, dreaming. Okay, so both of these indicate you need to take a nap. You need to take allotted naps. You need to listen to your body when it says to rest during this retrograde period. A lot is being done through your dreams, through like even for kids, like when they sleep, that's when they're growing, right? And I also see that being true for you. You are going to receive blessings and guidance and oh dude, and you have the shaman. Okay, yeah, dreams, like maybe get a dream journal if you don't have one already. Record your dreams, write down your dreams as soon as you wake up. There's blessings. You're getting like there's a lot communicating with you. Spirit is definitely communicating with you through your dreams and as you sleep. Listen to like subliminal tapes and stuff like that. Like YouTube has a lot of kind of either prosperity or healing or chakra balancing and cleansing kind of as you sleep videos, and that's something that is very positive for you to kind of take part in and utilize right now. The shaman says trust in higher forces, and basically what the shaman card talks about is that when there is illness or a negative mindset, anxiety, like mental illness, physical illness, all of that comes from us losing our power somewhere, giving our power up somewhere, and basically being like losing a piece of ourselves. And shamans used to be able to go through people's dreams and retrieve that piece of themselves. And so what this says is you might have lost trust, right? You might have lost trust in an opportunity coming up for you in the work you're doing. You might have lost trust or faith in a person or what have you. It's asking you to trust yourself. Okay, that like you might have even lost faith in trusting yourself because you've been betrayed by somebody close to you, and that betrayal just said, hey, can I trust myself to love others? Can I trust that like they're a safe person? Like, am I just, naive, right? And that's what that Fool card also brings up, is like it can be naivete, or it can be like taking a leap. And I really see this as like you are a kind, loving person that really wants to believe the best in people, and that can bite you in the butt sometimes because you almost don't see their shadow selves or their real true intention. You see their potential, but you don't see their actual. And that can be damaging, and it can cause you to like doubt yourself. Okay. But I'm seeing that Spirit is really guiding you to continue having continue believing in yourself, continue believing in and being that like loving, kind-hearted person. Like that is one of your gifts in this life, is being able to pull out that positivity in general, but being able to pull out like that love and compassion for others. You have so much compassion for others, and you might be a highly sensitive person. You might be like an empathetic person. You might be an empath. So much so that, you can draw in sometimes like negative or darker kind of entities and people because they see your light and they want to attach onto that. And so this group might even have like gone through like narcissist, a narcissist recently in their lives that has like really like sucked and leached out like some of their light. I do see that resting, recuperating, right? There's work that you're doing in the night, and a lot of that's going to be resting and sleeping. So maybe if you were staying up late on your phone watching videos, or like scrolling through Instagram or whatever, maybe it's time to have a set bedtime and make sure that you're getting in your rest and calling your power back. Especially at the end of the day, call your power back. Just simple words like, I call back my energy, I call back my power. Just saying that can be a lot, like can have significant energetic results. Spirit Fox also says, trust your talents in changing times. There's a lot shifting in the world, in the universe, in the planets right now. There's a lot of like just energy coming up. And so it's really asking you to replenish yourself, trust in yourself. Okay, both of these say trust. And so once again, that shaman, right? That shaman, they go in through the dream world to retrieve that piece of them, that soul piece that they've lost. And so it's really saying, you might have lost faith recently, but trust that you are on the path for your highest and greatest good, that the best is yet to come. The best is coming. It's on its way. The eagle is also a card about seeing like the higher, seeing like the bigger picture. The eagle is the all-pervading power, truth seeker, transforms karma. The noble eagle emanates the light of the sun. This is a great bird, both physically and spiritually strong, and represents mastery over the elements of fire and air. When the eagle appears, you'll soon be thrown into the karmic fire for the sake of your transformation. The eagle pushes us to be our best and brightest self and stops at nothing to see us shine. You are stronger than you think. This screams personal power to me, and reharnessing your personal power, okay? To bring into balance, step into the unknown. Literally step into the unknown, take the leap to receive the abundance. When in balance, the eagle is bright, it's radiant, and it's challenging. It challenges, it likes challenges. It likes to be able to like conquer like different challenges thrown at it. So like if there's a problem, like the eagle can actually like, they're like, I got this. I can solve it. I have the energy. I have the passion. I have the spark. I have the wisdom. I got this. Okay. You have all of that. You have all the tools. So yeah. And when out of balance, it's controlling. So be careful to not control a situation or to, like tap into that need to control. Like spirit is bringing you where you need to go, and you need to rest, flow with it. I'm really seeing like this, you're going to get a period of rest. That is one of the blessings that this retrograde is bringing you. They're going to give you an opportunity to rest. So you might be taking a vacation. It might be a staycation. It might be a traveling vacation, something like that. But it's going to empower you. It's going to rejuvenate you. And the spirit fox is also like this animal that it's been hunted before. But this fox itself can it can transform. So it can live in both like really cold Arctic weathers, and it can also live in like a big city. It's able to find like places to hide and figure out how to thrive in a big city. So it's almost like you're very adaptable. You're able to like change and shift and kind of, use your different powers as the situation itself shifts. So yeah, I definitely see this Fool energy really behooving you right now. So what will you have difficulty with? Light. Okay. The shaman itself indicates you might have had trouble trusting the universe, trusting yourself, trusting that things will be okay. And that's what this difficulty is, light. Trusting that things will be okay, trusting that like the light is going to come again in the morning. But just because it gets dark, right? The star card shows us that just because it's dark doesn't mean that there's not a source of light. in addition to that, like, you know, after the nighttime is going, like the sun's going to rise again. So I think that's the piece to remember about light. And the bee, okay, the bee is reversed here, and the bee is of air. Bee is a strong worker. He works and works. I'm getting Virgo energy. You might be a Virgo. But the bee, it's very strong. It works. It's a hard worker, but it can go to that point of overworking itself and allowing itself to be overworked. And I'm getting the element of like, your boss asks you to stay after and do like this extra paperwork, but have it in by tomorrow. And you're like, okay. And you know, like you literally don't have the space, the time, or the energy. This is not even a task that can literally be done overnight, but you're going to get it done. Like you're going to make it work because that's the type of energy you have. That's the type of person you are. You're going to do it, but it's going to run you ragged. And so the bee reverse, like when the bee is tired, it stings, it gripes, it's pissed off. It is not nice to be around. Okay. And so make sure that you, like, I think there's going to be struggle in saying no for you, struggle in feeling overly tired, overworked, and that might pour out into your relationships around you, the ones that are supportive, the ones that are there for you. It might be that you come at them wrong and kind of push away the actual support that you do have, when in reality you needed to say no to this, you know, this narcissist over here, or like maybe it's surrender unhealthy relationships. There's somebody that you need to say goodbye to, that you need to set strong ass boundaries, because they are not in your highest and best interest. And you will learn that this retrograde, you'll really have clarity to be able to see who is not for you, that is still around you and is draining and siphoning off your energy. But I do see that being a little bit of a difficulty for you. Yep, the moon card and 2 of Wands. So once again, it's not seeing the whole picture yet. I do believe that it will be revealed to you who is and is not in your best interest. And who is like siphoning off the energy, who is asking too much of you. But the light's gonna come. It'll be revealed, but this is gonna be a massive shift, and it's gonna be asking you, listen to your dreams. There is like, your intuition is gonna guide you. You will be shown kind of the true colors. Yeah, you will. 2 of Wands almost, it gives me the vibes of planning out how to expend that energy. You only have so many hours in a day, right? They say like Beyonce has 24 hours in a day, the same 24 hours in a day that you have. How are you using that 24 hours of energy? Are you giving back to yourself so that you have energy for the next day? Who are you giving that energy to? Are they worthy of you giving that energy to them? Is it your kids? Like, is it your spouse? Is it your family? And are they appreciative? Like, are they aware of how much you're giving up to show up? What precautions can you take? I love this. What precautions can you take to make this Mercury retrograde a smoother experience for you? Essentially, play, rejuvenate yourself, receive help. Ask for help when you need it. Allow yourself to receive help. Like, allow yourself to sit back, luxuriate, take a spa day, take a mental health day off of work, go on vacation. Like, there's something here where it's just like, they'll be fine. Like, the kids will stay alive. Your significant other will be okay dealing with X, Y, and Z for a day. It's okay if the dishes don't get done. Like, sit your butt down and relax. Okay, there's definitely that energy here. The Otter is all about like play, and you do have like the love things that are coming into your awareness or need to be known, things you're learning right now. You got the Love card, and and that is the heart chakra, right? And play excites the heart chakra. It opens the heart chakra for a positive, like in a positive way. So you really need to play. You need to nourish yourself, love on yourself, right? Love on others that give back, that fill back up your cup. And so if you find that you're kind of nervous about like, well, who do I trust? Who in my life is really there for me? Who is there just because they can get something from me? You know, at least 1 to 2 people that are really there for you solidly, that you feel rejuvenated and renewed when after you speak to them. You don't feel depleted and tired and drained and like you need a nap. Okay, that's how you will know, first off. And your spirit always knows that. You will be rejuvenated or you will feel like tired and just depleted. And so whoever you can play with, right? Whoever you can love on, share like props to each other. Like maybe if you're a mom, you need to get with one of your mom friends that you have like the best time with, that you refill each other's cup. You tell each other how much like you're doing it and you're amazing and you know, you're keeping everybody alive. That's like a feat in and of itself, okay? Yeah. And you're like also the Magician card. So literally deciding how you want to feel for the day. That is going to help you flow and kind of have a smoother retrograde period. It's going to be like, how do I want to feel? Okay, I want to feel joy. I want to feel relaxed and renewed. Okay, now let's take another step back. What things make me feel rejuvenated? What things make me feel joyous and healthy and happy? Maybe that's eating, you know, a nutritious lunch or packing your lunch so that you feel good about saving some money this week or whatever, you know, but really I see like, this is really positive for what precautions to take. I don't see anything like super negative coming to you. I see that like it's all about you opening up to receive the love, the play. Like if somebody comes with like free tickets to a concert or free tickets to X, Y, and Z, it's almost like, take this as a sign that like you're stepping into the right energy and you're on the right trajectory. Yeah. So your final messages from Spirit. These are supportive messages. I love. Okay. You have the Knight of Swords, Page of Pentacles, surrender obsessive thinking. If you're obsessing about a person or situation, turn the dilemma over to Spirit. I feel like I mentioned that, like give it to Spirit, give them the anxiety, let them kind of work it out for you. You rest and ask for like peace of mind. Ask like to let me give you the anxiousness, and then you do another task. Okay, you go on to another task. Oracle, wait for important information. Okay, something is shifting, something is changing, and a blessing is coming your way. You just need to wait for like that to arrive, okay? There's some good news might be coming your way, or some news. Basically, that's where the moon card, I won't say it's good news, but some news or some information is going to be coming your way so that you know basically what path to take, who to trust, who not to trust, who you need to like, you know, just allow to leave your life right now, who is not in your best interest. You're going to get some news. And so I'm not going to say it's going to be positive. It might not be. It might be kind of like distracting or it might be not alarming, but it might be like, oh crap, you know? But the Sun, enjoy success and happiness. And you got the guardian angel, which says you are not alone. Literally, like your spiritual team is supporting you. They see your kind heart. They see your positive intentions. They see your like, they see your innocence and spirit, okay? And so there's blessings in that. You are not alone. If you feel alone, know that you can always call on your guides, your angels, your honorable ancestors, and they're just there waiting to give you comfort and peace and love and help you through this journey. I also want to bring your attention back to the Magician, right? Is that like whatever you actually want is possible for you. So there's this element of just trusting spirit, trusting that like you have help in creating the abundance that you do want for your life. Enjoy success and happiness. Like this is just like the Sun card. Like there's in the Sun card in tarot, there is, you know, a child and this right back there, right? Sun card. And it's like innocence and just joy and bliss, and you know, like the sun is shining, it's beautiful out, let's go and enjoy ourselves. And I really see that being part of what you'll be doing this retrograde, is tapping back into your joy, into the things that light you up, because it does seem like there's been somebody in your field that has been like siphoning your energy off, that has been like you're limiting yourself, but it's also like this person or energy has kind of like made you believe that you can't have it all, or made you believe less of yourself. You know, I don't even know if it's a word I can say on YouTube, but I'm getting really like, you know, toxic vibes, narcissist vibes, right? That this has been happening for you, and maybe you left this person, maybe you've recently gotten out of this relationship, maybe you have seen something that says, oh no, I cannot do this any longer, this is in no one's best interest, I gotta go. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing that energy. But if it's not that serious, it is, you know, a negative energy that you just don't need around. And so even if that is maybe like somebody around you has depression, and so they're very negative, and you are needing to kind of protect your aura, your head, your heart from that negativity, because you're manifesting so much more, you are working on so much more. And so, you know, this could be that you're working on, you know, a creative venture or a business, and somebody is negative about it, and, you know, or jealous, right? And it's just like, that is not helping you to take on that energy, right? And so just, yeah, surrender obsessive thinking. Wait for information. It's gonna be made clear to you what you need to do, or who you need to maybe put a little bit at an arm's distance for. Maybe it's just for now, but in general, you know, you'll see what you need to do. And the Page of Pentacles and Knight of Swords, the person that you might have to release, they might be either an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, or they might be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. That's a specific message for somebody. But otherwise, there's this element of, you know, you're building, and it's a slow build. Whatever it is, it's a slow build, but you'll start to see kind of remnants of it. You'll start to see like the blessing coming in more and more, but there is still this element of, right, enjoy the process. Your ideas are fire. There's either ideas or a mindset that is shifting at this time, and it's shifting for the better. You're releasing an idea, you're restructuring a mindset, adopting a healthier mindset to have you blossoming, have you like budding, and once again finding your light again. So that's a beautiful that was a beautiful pile. And that is all I have for you, my pile threes. If you enjoyed this reading, or if it gave you some insight or clarity, please like this video, give it a big thumbs up for me. That really helps this channel. Subscribe to this channel, and you will get more pick a card readings, more spirituality content, and more about how to manifest your best life. May you have a safe and blessed Mercury retrograde, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.